The Athletics have called up Mason Miller as their top pitching prospect, and he'll start Wednesday, April 19th against the Chicago Cubs. He's immediately the best pitcher on this Oakland Athletics staff, and he has massive stuff. So let's do a quick video where we dig into what he throws and how good it is. Here it is. It's based heavily off his last start at AAA, mainly because that's all the public information that we have, but it's 3 pitches. He throws a 4th, that's a changeup, but I'm going to leave that out of this because the sample I have on that is relatively small. The fastball averages 100 miles per hour. Yes, that is correct, 100 miles per hour. Jacob deGrom leads Major League Baseball in average fastball velocity right now at 98.8. So if Mason Miller sticks in the rotation of the Athletics, he'll have the hardest average fastball velocity among starters in Major League Baseball right now. But the key thing, I think, despite this velocity, is that he actually gets pretty good shape on this ball too. He gets behind it relatively well. Mason Miller averages about 16.5 inches of vertical break on the pitch, ride or carry as it's often called, which means his ball resists gravity by about that 16.5 inches. This is right around the Major League average for a 4-seam fastball, but at this velocity, it is a little bit above average, and I think that's the key thing to point out. One of the dirty little secrets around velocity, if you look at some of the harder fastballs, even in relievers or anyone in Major League Baseball, is that as guys throw harder, what tends to happen is they don't stay behind the ball as well to create that backspin and lift. What starts to happen is they start to supinate a little bit and cut that pitch so it doesn't end up with as much carry overall. But Mason Miller exists in a pretty interesting area where he is throwing this hard and able to get a good amount of lift or backspin. And as a result of that, if we run it through Driveline Baseball Stuff Plus model, it really likes the pitch. It gives it a 144, which means that it's 44% above the average Major League fastball, which would put him 3rd behind Jacob deGrom and Spencer Strider in MiLB among starting pitchers. I'm crossing between Stuff Plus models here, using Enoceris's on Fangraphs to reference deGrom and Strider, and I'm using Driveline Baseball's on Mason Miller. But despite that, I think it's really basically like a top 10 fastball among starting pitchers in Major League Baseball. The comp I have here is something like Reynaldo Lopez's fastball, closer for the Chicago White Sox. Super good, hard, with decent carry. He's kind of an anomaly in how well he's able to get behind the ball and how hard he's able to throw. That goes for a guy like Reynaldo Lopez and a guy like Mason Miller. Miller's cutter is also dirty as well. It's 95 to 96, has 3 inches of vertical break, or what I like to call lift, 3 inches of glove side cutter, a little bit of sweep to it. The pitch does have a good amount of backspin on it. I think that the barometer is somewhere around 5 inches of that lift I'm talking about. If you go over that, I think you start to get into cutter territory. Below it is where you end up in what you'd call like a bullet gyro slider territory. The difference is that the cutter is going to create a little bit more weak contact, whereas when you drop that lift below 5, what you're ending up with more often than not is swing and a miss. So, and you see that if you look at his AAA statistics on the pitch. In his repertoire, this pitch induced the least amount of whiff, although that whiff was still relatively above average if you just want a 1-for-1 comp that to the Major League average, so to speak, cutter. The Stuff Plus on this is something like 116, so again, really good. Stuff Plus usually doesn't like cutters like this because of that backspin, because they're going to prefer something like a whiff as opposed to putting a ball in play where the pitcher may not have as much control. So I like this 16% above average. It's a really good pitch. The comp here is something like Graham Ashcraft's cutter. Hard, generates weak contact, going to be tough to barrel, and I really like it. It's a good pitch. Miller's slider, also unbelievable. It's basically a sweeper at 86 to 87. -3 inches of drop, so this is implying that the movement at the end of ball flight is a little more topspin than it is backspin, which is essentially to say that it's a little more curveball than it is kind of that rising lifty slider. But it does get 9 inches of horizontal movement, which is really tough to do at this velocity, and that allows it to grade out really, really well. 120 Stuff Plus, 20% above the Major League average breaking ball. And it probably needs a little bit more lateral movement, or could even use some of that lift, so to speak. If it were to jump into that rise or sweeper territory, I think you then see it tick up to maybe in the 130s of Stuff Plus. But again, I'm kind of splitting hairs here and theorizing on how to make that pitch a little bit better. As it presently sits, this is a really good pitch. It may appear on screen a little more curveball-y than slider, but I do think this is very much a slider rather than a curve. Couple comps here, probably something like Corbin Burns' slider, although I really don't like using that comp because he's such a good pitcher and he's established at the Major League level. So something more appropriate to me, and I'll go kind of off the radar. He was recently called up by the Twins. His name's Louis Varland. He throws a slider that is really good and is in this kind of territory. 86 to 87, has about that 9 inches of sweep, and again, it's a little more of that topspin drop to it as opposed to that lifty sweeper slider. The big question here for any guy that is going to throw this hard at the major league level is, does he command the baseball? Is he able to put it in a location that works? And I think the way I like looking at this is, does he get to the minimum level of command necessary to be a starting pitcher at the major league level? Because if he can, and if he has this stuff to go alongside that, then I think he will be a very successful major league pitcher. But often what happens is these guys waver just around that point. If you watch a guy like Shohei Ohtani, Ohtani has incredible stuff, but I actually don't think he has too good of command. He maybe doesn't really always know where the ball is going. He has kind of above average, or he has right around that minimum viable level of command. He's right above that. And it's so good that it works as a starting pitcher at the major league level. He has such a deep repertoire, sequences relatively well. Mason Miller, we really don't know. We don't really have too much command location data at the minor league level. All we really have is what are called zone rates, how often you put the pitch in the zone. In theory, stuff this good should just live in the zone. You don't really need to pick your corners with it. And that's also an assumption that as you throw harder, it's probably harder to command the baseball as well. So try not to force it onto the corners. Set up middle of the plate, fire away, let that carry take it to the top of the zone where it's going to live best. And the answer to that question as to whether Miller has the minimum level of command necessary for a starting pitcher is, I really don't know. It's because we don't have this data to back it up. You could pass it with the eye test, but this year in particular, he's thrown so few innings at AA and AAA that I think it's really hard to parse out that information and see what he'll be at the major league level. There's a lot of people who think this is more of a reliever profile just because of how infrequently we get someone throwing this hard at the major league level that sticks in a major league rotation. It's something I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Again, the zone rates for him in minors were good. They were above 50%, which I think is really strong, especially on that cutter, which is more weak contact. I do think this is a guy that really is going to rely on that fastball. Does he get the fastball in the zone? It's going to generate whiffs at an above average rate. I'm pretty confident in that because of the shape combined with that velocity. Just put it in the zone, let everything else work off that. Even if that slider, which he didn't really command too well in the minors in AAA, is a pitch that's out of the zone a lot, I still think he'd be able to get ahead of guys enough and use that hard slider as a wipeout pitch to righties. He's the guy who's going to throw slider to righties, that cutter to lefties. It's basically a 3-pitch mix. We'll see how that changeup develops. Again, the big thing here is, does he have the minimum viable level of command to be a starting pitcher? He has I think he could be a really, really good reliever for the Athletics, really long time. Let me know what you think in the comments below of Mason Miller. I'm excited to watch him.